Hello everyone, this is Aaron with Callisto Pro EMR, and in this video I'll be going over the new online booking module. There are several things you need to set up first for the online booking to function properly. So first, let's go to the backend and then patient appointment. This is where your online booking settings are. You have the toggle to accept payments for online booking up here. If you toggle it to yes, then it'll prompt you to enter an amount for them to pay whenever they try to book. And then down here, we have the email for which notifications are going to be sent to whenever someone attempts to book an appointment. And down here, we have two toggles. One is to integrate with the provider schedule. If this is toggled to yes, then the time slots that will be shown to patients will be based on the availability of the providers, which they have already set in their provider schedules. If you need to adjust those, you can just go to administration, and then provider schedule. If this is toggled to no, then it will just take the time slots between the opening and closing hours of whatever you have them set as down here in this section. And then the next toggle is to show provider option. This is essentially just asking you if you would like the patient to be able to select the specific provider they want to see. If you have it toggled to no, then it will automatically and randomly assign an available provider for that time slot. And under that, we have the message for patients. Whatever you type here will be displayed at the bottom of the online booking page for patients to read. So any important information that you want listed before they start booking, for example, anything related to a booking fee or a cancellation policy. Over here, we have no refund for booking fee. And then we have the actual link itself, which is what you can advertise on your social medias or embed as a button on your website for patients to book an appointment with. And under that is the schedule for available time slots. So you can set the days you're open and closed by checking off the boxes here, and then set the opening to closing hours. Remember, this is only really relevant if you have this provider schedule toggle to no. And finally, under that, this is where you'll be adding all the providers that you want to be available for selection during online booking. So we're done with the settings on this area, but there's one more section, and that's an administration and then provider. And then here, the provider tab, and for each of the available providers for online booking, you want to click provider services. So this area will allow you to select which services you want to be made available for which provider for online booking. So for example, during online booking, if the patient selects any of these checked off services, then the name John Chris will be made available for them to select as a provider. And now, let's say you're finished with all that. Now we can go back to backend patient appointment, and let's copy the link and open up an incognito window to see how it looks like on their end. From here, the flow goes as follows. The patient will select a service category, so that's all these right here. For example, let's click billers, which will then display all the services under that category. It's going to show the time and whatever you have written in the description of that service when you initially set it up. That's going to be displayed down here. So for example, we wrote $15 per unit, so you can write whatever you want in that section and it will display here, whether it be the pricing or just more details about the service, whatever you want. The patient will then select, let's click view details, and then click see available dates. The calendar is then going to open up with all the available time slots. If a provider has an appointment or time block, then those time slots will not appear. The patient can also scroll through the weeks like this just to see other available time slots. And after selecting one, let's say, for example, 10 a.m., it's going to show the appointment details and ask if you want to confirm, then click next. And then here is where you're going to enter the information. If the patient is already in the system, then it will recognize information and appointments will be assigned to that patient's existing profile. If the information is new, then it will create a new patient profile for them. So let's say in this case, let's just make one up. So it's going to say new user right here. Let's say John. And let's just make up a fake email. Toggle that off and then click book. So it's going to show all the details again. It's going to ask you to confirm. And once you're done, just click confirm. And it'll show right here, your appointment has been booked and the facility will inform you shortly. Okay, so from here, we're going to go back to the actual facility EMR. Let's go to today's appointment. Let's see, we have one for tomorrow. And once they book an appointment, the facility will receive a notification by email and in this bell icon up here. So right here, an appointment is created for Aaron Johnson by John. That's the patient we had. And then notice how the appointment right here, this is the one we have. Notice how it's in green. Typically the color is blue, but this green color essentially means that it's an online booking appointment and needs to be confirmed. And to do so, you just click that and just click confirm. Confirm successfully. Now it's blue, it's confirmed, and this will send the patient the automatic email confirming the appointment along with any of the associated consent forms and pre-service instructions. And that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching.